First of all, I want to thank Emunah for inviting me to speak here, because it was very coincidental that this invitation arose when I was deep in the research and development of a new project, which is my next book. It's been about 10 months so far in gestation. It has about another 3 months to go before its birth. And the book is very much based on the subject we're talking about tonight. And that is the twisted web between the Palestinian cause, which I identify as Hamas, but it is not exclusive to Hamas by any means, by the out of the area anti-Israel activism, which is headed by BDS, but not exclusively BDS, and the anti-Semitism that is the driving force between them all. So, I don't know if anybody has seen the Jerusalem Post today. In the Jerusalem Post today, the Simon Wiesenthal Center highlighted the 10 worst outbreaks against Jews and Israel in 2014. 6 of the 10, including number 1, were European-based. I'm going to leave a lot of my evidence, and I have a lot of evidence to offer you, about the political base of anti-Semitism in Europe till later on, because I'm going to share with you some of the evidence that I have researched very deeply on this subject. But I would like to start off with the statement that says, if anybody comes to you and says that anti-Zionism is not anti-Semitism, you're looking at an anti-Semite. Anti-Zionism became a magical formula enabling one to be democratically anti-Semitic. You know when this was said? This was a French philosopher, Vladimir Jankelevich, in 1978. They couldn't destroy Israel, so they attacked Judaism. That's me, 2014. Anti-Semitism can no longer hide behind a facade of criticism of Israel. I'm going to share with you a couple of quotes. Anti-Semitism has become a unifying global ideology of the totalitarian left. This is where we will approach the political platform of anti-Semitism. An intense propaganda campaign begun in the 70s was designed to undermine the legitimacy of the State of Israel by explicitly comparing Zionism to Nazism. The anti-Israel, anti-Zionism campaign is not uninformed bigotry, it is conscious politics. We are dealing here not with primitive, but with the sophisticated. It is not merely that our adversaries have commenced an effort to destroy the legitimacy of a kindred democracy through the incessant repetition of a Zionist racist lie. It is that others believe it also. Quote number 2. Compared to most previous anti-Jewish outbreaks, this new anti-Semitism is often less directed against individual Jews. It attracts primarily the collective Jew, the State of Israel. And then such attacks start a chain reaction of assaults on individual Jews and Jewish institutions. In the past, the most dangerous anti-Semites were those who wanted to make the world Judenrein, free of Jews. Today, the most dangerous anti-Semites might be those who want to make the world Judenstadtrein, free of a Jewish state. The shocking thing is that both these statements, neither of them were made by an Israeli, neither of them was made by a Jew. The second shocking statement, that these statements were made not this year, not last year, not 10 years ago, but 1970s. One by Daniel Patrick Moynihan, the former UN ambassador to the United Nations in 1975, and the other was Per Olmark, a former deputy prime minister of Sweden, between 1976 and 1978, when you take those statements made 40 years ago and see that nothing has happened in Europe except it's got worse, drastically worse. In fact, there has been no Israeli leader and no Jewish leader anywhere in the world who has made such radical, outlandish, truthful statements to the world on the state of anti-Semitism. Is a shame on us as well as a shame on Europe. I have more to say about the evidence of the political platform, the tsunami that is heading our way. You have seen nothing yet, but I'm going to share those comments later in the debate. Thank you.